Give it a sec. I think we're live. I think it's a Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, we're live. We're on Twitch and on YouTube. We are here today with Talkboy EXE, who's playing the character Courser in this new and upcoming campaign that we have in the world of Rayatala. And today is going to be the beginning, or you could say session 0 of Courser. So, before we get set up, would you like to, Talkboy, would you like to say anything about Courser, or who he is, or what he does, and yeah, would you like to kind of introduce him really quick before we get started?
Absolutely. Do I need to say everything?
No, you don't. You could just say like kind of what you're comfortable with and just kind of what you feel.
Cool. Courser is he is a human ranger, specialize in hunting beasts of any kind. Um, I kind of want to just lay low and not get my name out there too much, and kind of survive off of bounties and helping people as best as I can.
Absolutely. All right. So that's just a snippet of this character that, for those who get to come and watch more often, you get to see this character evolve and see a little bit more of Courser. But for now, we're going to jump into this session 0 of Courser. So, okay, let's do this. Emotionally, right now, Courser, you're wandering through the woods. It's night. The moon is out full, and so it beams down through these trees in this forest that you find yourself in. It's giving you just enough light outside of your regular vision that you're able to kind of see through the trees in front of you. You feel your gums aching, your throat burns, your head is almost, it's pulsing. Your body is weakened, but it still functions. You're tough, but your exhaustion is sitting on your shoulders like a weighted cloak. You're fighting off this gnawing hunger. It's your mouth itself is just, it's as if you haven't slept in days. It's almost this restlessness that kind of shivers throughout your entire body as you find yourself wandering, searching, using your senses. You take a deep breath, try to smell the surrounding area. You know there should be a road nearby. You wander through these trees and these woods for a moment before you find a lonely road that cuts through this thick forest. While the moon is shining bright and it's full, you find yourself in shadows that could swallow a man whole. You push yourself forward. Your jaw's clenched. Each step feels heavier the longer you go. That's when you smell it. The smell of blood reaches your nose. It's fresh, and it's nearby. It's like a faint copper note riding on the cold air, like a whisper that slides across your tongue. Your hunger immediately spikes. Off in the distance, you see a dim lantern flickering through the trees, cutting through some of these shadows. It's unsteady. You notice it's almost as if it's trembling. What would you like to do?
I'm going to stalk this figure. I'm going to cling to the shadows and remain hidden. I'm going to get a better look at this individual.
Absolutely. You can go ahead and roll your first roll for this. We are using roll 20, and he rolled a 20 on that perception check. You do this perfectly. You're used to this. You know this all. You're able to stalk and kind of perceive so well that you immediately get into that position where you watch. Your eyes cling to this target who's holding this lantern. Trembling, moving slow, it comes to a stop. You see it almost as if this person looks one way, looks another. You see that there's this traveler, cloaked, maybe young. You watch as he walks over and sits next to a large mossy boulder. You see he almost takes his hand and kind of grabs his side, kind of looking down at it, holds the light near it. You can see there's a gash across his ribs. You see almost blood stained across the front of him. He kind of looks up weakly and almost lays his head back. From this distance, you can even see him kind of close his eyes, almost trying to take deep, heavy breaths. That smell of blood runs through your nose once further. It's almost impossible to look away for this time. However, you have the strength to overcome. It seems like this traveler is injured.
Can I tell if this is an injury that has been inflicted by an animal or by like a sword or spear or
From
some
here,
man-made?
it's hard to know at this distance currently, but it does appear to be one large like slash or maybe gash that runs from the side up through past the chest to the shoulder. It looks pretty severe.
I'm going to get as close to this person as I can without being seen.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check.
19.
19. You begin to do what you may do best, and you slowly approach. Not even the leaves crunch under your boots as you make your way forward, almost impeccably going from shadow to shadow behind each tree. Not even the moonlight seems to touch you as you seem to get close. The figure never notices you as he lays there. Now beginning to tell that this is a male, you almost get close enough to hear his heavy labored breaths. You can tell here that he's been attacked by something heavy. Whether it was some sort of large claymore-like sword or the slash of a large beast. You see that his wounds, he's actively like bleeding out. Just taking a look at this yourself, this traveler is in a very bad position.
Is he armed?
He does seem to have some kind of short sword on his hip. That's in a sheath.
And is he stable or is he dying?
He appears to you to be dying. He's struggling. He's trembling as he's holding his lantern, kind of occasionally checking himself out, but almost trying to just catch his breath, keep his eyes closed. You kind of hear him mumble, "Gods. Ah. Ah. That wolf. Oh." Kind of see, as you get close to maybe 10 feet away, that wound comes heavy through your nostrils. You can almost sense his heartbeat as it sends warm pulses of scent through the air. Your hunger screaming at you on the inside.
I instinctively plunge myself towards him, keeping careful to make sure that I step on his scabbard while simultaneously reaching both of my hands on top of this gaping wound, trying to get as much blood on my hands as possible. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. How much health are you gonna give him with Cure Wounds? I think you have to roll for that, right? Oh yeah.
17.
Okay.
Holy crap.
That's really good.
That's a max.
Okay.
Nice.
You do this quickly, and before he even notices, you're already on his scabbard, and you're reaching in and getting your hands maybe a little dirty, but to you, it feels good. The very sense of this blood getting onto your hands itself is almost like moisturizer to you. It feels right, and being here right all of a sudden, he kind of looks up at you, almost as if he was scared, but too weak to really show much of a reaction. He looks at you. "Oh God, who are? Help!" And then you heal him with Cure Wounds. You immediately watch as this gash begins to almost stabilize him and not quite cover up, or rather close the wounds, but stop the bleeding. As he kind of looks down, look at his hand as the bleeding stops, kind of looks at him, blood stained. "Oh, thank the stars. Oh, thank you."
I immediately turn my back with my hood on so he can't really see what I'm doing. I'm just going to lick my hands and fingers. I'm going to make sure I get as much of this as I can.
Yeah, you do. And as you kind of begin to do this, he's continuing to lay there, just kind of tries to almost look around, but still so weak. He says, You healed me, but you were cold. Are you all right?" He kind of tries to. You can almost feel him looking, like trying to see what you're doing.
It's a chilly night, sir. And then I bend down and I get as close to his face as I can. How many were there?
There's a pack of them. I was traveling home to Felbrook. I knew I shouldn't have traveled at night. They're probably long gone now. Thank you so much. You saved me. He kind of begins to look you over and sees that your hands are much cleaner than they were. He kind of gives you a puzzled look. But he says nothing.
Would I be familiar with Feldberg as far as like knowing where it was on a map or ever hearing about it?
You would kind of know about Felbrook. It is actually not far from you. It's a small village, and it would more so be kind of a stopping point for you, or rather a resting village for you if you should you choose to rest there. But it's not really a village of interest to you per se.
Tell me, are you the only one who has reported these wolves being a nuisance?
I didn't realize there were this many out here. I didn't think it was gonna be an issue. I thought I could take care of it myself. He like pulls his sword out, but only just a quarter of the way, just to show you that he has some sort of sword fighting ability. And he kind of sheaths it back in. I'm clearly not strong enough. Who are you? He kind of looks up at you, continuing to examine you. What are you doing out here so late?
These woods are my home. Who would you be? Question what a man was doing in his own home.
I didn't realize. I just didn't think people would be out in the woods this late at night. I got lost and I kind of got delirious and I'm just shocked to see you is all.
Well, you were in luck. By the looks of it, you would have died on your own.
Yeah, I think I would have. He kind of looks down at the continued like blood-stained clothing that is now slowly drying out. The scent of even that still seems to hang in the air for you.
Looks like we better get you to civilization. How far off is Feldbrook?
You're not entirely sure. You don't think it's too far away. Perhaps maybe a couple miles. It's definitely out of this forest and on this lonely road nearby. If you were to continue kind of traveling, you could probably make it there in about an hour, maybe.
Can you walk?
Kind of looks down at himself and grabs his lantern and stands up slowly, kind of regains his balance. I think I'm okay. It was magic that you used to heal me, was it?
It was magic. And you should be thankful. Now,
I very much am.
do you have any gold?
Yeah, I do.
How much?
Of course, I didn't expect you to do this for free. You watch as he kind of reaches into his cloak and pulls out what looks like a small coin purse. Here, this is for my life.
I take the coin and I roll it between my fingers and dispatch it into my cloak. I say to him, for the whole purse, I'll guide you back to town.
Kind of notice as he hesitates before responding to you. I think I can make my way back safely. I know where those wolves were. I surely can go around them this time.
You better hope they don't find you.
Yeah.
But how easy could it be to find you when there's only a trail of blood leading to your very location?
I can run. I can make it back. Thank you. And you see he begins to get almost scared of you as he takes a few steps away from you, keeping his eyes on you before he begins to turn his body away from you. And you watch as he begins to run.
Turn my back to him. I'm attempting to disappear into the shadows.
Okay. As you turn your back and you begin to disappear into the shadows, You hear the footsteps begin to, or rather the running footsteps slowly fade into the distance as this traveler loudly leaves this area that you're in. While the taste of blood almost it still sits on your tongue, you can taste it in your mouth. Your gums almost feel relieved, yet it wasn't enough. You almost look back for a moment as if you could catch up. You could find him again. You could get more. But yet you turn your head back. And then there's a voice that penetrates your mind. Look at you. So noble. So weak. You deny yourself. But why? You can't outrun your nature. It's almost as if your hunger, it almost gets heavier in this moment as well. Take a moment to almost you kind of get almost lightheaded. You take a moment to kind of blink and just kind of control yourself.
If that presence or voice or whatever is still there, I'm going to attempt to fight it.
Okay. How do you do that?
Whatever you are, I'm not listening. My path is my own.
Mercy is wasted on the dying. But restraint, that is interesting.
Leave me be.
Fascinating. For a moment you blink again, and this time off in the distance you see this almost like this blue light, and towards it you immediately smell a fresh smell again, a fresh scent of blood. It's alluring. And it's wherever this blue light is in front of you in this forest.
I want to carefully approach.
Yeah, you start to approach. As you carefully approach, you see that this blue light, it's almost unnatural. Yet you're searching because you almost, whatever this fresh scent of blood is again, it's almost pulling you. You almost have to, you almost feel like you have to see what this is. You feel disoriented. You feel as almost your judgment is even, can you trust yourself? Is your judgment fogged?
How close am I to the source?
It feels like it's close, yet as you make your way closer to it, it almost hasn't moved.
Am I noticing anything different about my surroundings? Does it still feel like I'm in the same woods?
You take a moment to look around. You kind of look back, and off in the distance you see that boulder that young traveler was at previously. You kind of look back and you almost try to retrace where you were, kind of wading through these woods earlier, and you actually seem to notice some of your previous steps that maybe only you could trace, leaving behind only a trail that you would know to follow back. And nothing seems different right now. Yet as you take a moment to look back at the blue light, it's almost as if the forest seems to almost shift. These shadows almost get darker around you when you focus on that light. You hear a voice, the same from before. You cling to the edge, refusing what you really are. I can unbind you from that pain.
Who are you?
Follow the light, Courser. I need you.
Take one look back towards the woods that have been so familiar to me in the shadow, now painted in a way that I've never seen before. I take it all in, and then I face this light and I walk towards it.
Okay. As you walk towards it, you see that this light flickers almost like a will-o'-wisp. As you keep going towards it, you almost see it drifting. It seems like as you get closer, it almost becomes more concentrated into something like an orb. Although at the same time, you almost don't. It's oddly don't feel like you're getting closer, yet you're so focused on this, and you're not satiated enough to fully just. It's hard for you to perceive what's going on this moment, but yet earlier you were perfect. You saw that traveler perfectly. You approached him perfectly as you would any other time, yet this is different. You continue to follow, and you hear the voice again. You wander alone because you fear of losing control. But you're already lost, aren't you? Starving, trembling. Immediately, kind of look down for a moment. You feel the hunger rising up within you. You immediately see a flash of a stone hall ruin before you. You kind of immediately take a moment to look around because it's not the forest anymore. You see these shadows that spiral around something that's floating. It's hard to tell what it is. You see this object that's floating and pulsing in front of you in another flash. Like a heartbeat, it pulses. With every pulse, it's almost blood red. You feel this temptation to just lunge out after it, but you're not there yet. You see your own silhouette standing before this object. You hear this voice booming in your mind again, almost bringing you to your knees. I offer clarity. I offer strength. I offer freedom from the bite that chains you. You see in front of you now, you flash back to the forest. This blue orb, this wisp, it's drifting now into this swampy clearing. You found where you've traveled the distance without realizing how far you've traveled now that the ground has begun to get soft beneath you. How has this happened? You were so apparent of your surroundings, and yet now you don't know where you are. You still seem to be in somewhat of a forest. You find yourself before a circular stone stairway that is revealing itself beneath this mossy, swampy ground. An entrance.
Take a look around, and I proceed towards these stairs.
Okay. Come to me. You take your first few steps before, well, each step becoming heavier. Come to me. Yes. Darkness falls over you. What feels like just moments later, you almost find yourself in a weird feeling for you. You are waking up. This is not normal, as you don't find yourself falling to things like this. You don't find yourself even waking up often. Yet for a moment you open your eyes and you feel groggy. You feel like, what is this? And before you is a corpse, fresh and filled with blood. You confused, you kind of look up, you find yourself looking around. You see yourself trapped behind a cell, surrounded by stone walls and one barrier that is just bars, some type of cell. Freedom awaits you, Courser. The echoes of that voice rattle through this cell as you sit here and wait, deciding what to do next. This is the start of Courser's story in this campaign. That's it.
That's awesome.
Heck
Okay,
yeah, dude.
cool, bro.
Yeah. Whew.
That's crazy.
Man, what do you think of that?
Dude, I don't know why my character drank that blood
Yeah, man.
or who's talking to him about it, bro.
It's very interesting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Did you think I was gonna be that mean to that guy?
I don't know, man. You certainly had an option. Man.
Trying to get some more gold, I guess.
You did get some gold from that guy. You still have that. So yeah, so it wasn't very long, but man, Courser's found himself in a unfamiliar place.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm in prison.
You're somewhere.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
Sick, bro.
Cool. Well, that's going to be Courser's session 0, you could say, or session 0.5, I guess, whatever we're calling them. Next time we see Courser is going to be during session 1, when everybody gets together.
Cool.
Absolutely. All right, man.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, yes. Can't wait to see what happens next.
Peace.
Peace, bro. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It wasn't as long as maybe the first one, but man, it certainly was. It certainly was a time. I'm curious to see. I'm excited for session 1. Let me just say that. I'm very excited for session 1. And also, welcome everybody to the chat. I'm so glad you all are here. I didn't get to really say anything to you guys as we were starting, but Welcome everybody. Man, we can totally talk a little bit about this session if you guys want for a few minutes. This will all get uploaded to YouTube. So if you want to watch this again or you want to share it with your friends, I'll upload the session 0 segment up to YouTube as its own video. And you know, we can see what happens next. We've got a few other characters to make their appearance as well. But man, yeah. Graymorphous, welcome, man. It was short but good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. This is meant to be a little different. It's meant to be a little different. You know, it's not the same as our characters that were in Telestia. This is different. Is he in the same place as Diastra? That's a great question. It's a great question. Blink and it's gone. I know, right? I know. Fortunately, our typical D&D sessions are at least like 3 hours. But these session zeros, man, they're here to just set the scene, you know, and kind of give these guys just a little bit of a taste of what's to come, a little bit to just kind of play their character a little bit and to get them excited. And to get you guys excited for what's happening and what's going to happen in this universe. Let's see. I love some of these things you guys were talking about. Friendly mom friend saying, "Is he cursed?" It's a great question to have. Maybe, maybe not. His name is Courser. That is correct, Gray. His name is Courser. So, Graymorphous. If you watch the last campaign, he yells, "It's Crexius." Just kidding. Or is it? But what if? You know? That would be crazy. Who's next? That's right. Who is next? Hey, we've got, I believe we've got potentially 3 other players that are next. Potentially 3 that are next. So we've got Graymorphous. We've got Yoder as well, that are for sure next. And then we've got one that I won't say his name yet because I think we're still a maybe. But we've got one potentially other that that may join. And then Kyle and his cats, of course. Yes. So, man, we just we get the next 2 guys, and it's like we can start this. I'd love to. So I'd love to start this. I'd love to start this next campaign before Christmas. It's ready to go. Sorry, there's like a sticker. I'm trying to get it out. Yes, friendly. Potentially 3, but for sure 2 more. Man, I'm trying to get this. I have carpet in here, and this sticker is in the carpet, and I'm gonna end up poking myself. I'm gonna get it here in a second. Yes, potentially 3, but for sure 2. Gray and Yoder. Graymorphous, since you're here, we'll just do you next, man. Whenever you're ready, we will knock you out. We'll meet up and we'll talk about your character a little bit more, so I have a better idea and I'll plan for it, and we'll make it happen. So I'm planning for the session 0 to really not be longer than an hour is my goal. I'm actually surprised I got this one done in 30 minutes because anytime I plan any D&D session, it goes way longer than I expect, and I thought this was going to be 30 minutes. So when I think it's going to be 30 minutes, it's going to be an hour and a half. So I did a really good job today. Yeah, gotta write my character. Yes, let's get on that for sure. have the premise but need to sit down. Absolutely, that backstory is going to be pretty huge into the session 0. That backstory is what kind of drove Courser and kind of what drove Diastra. Kind of drove their beginnings. So, if we can come up with a set time, day of the week that we want to try and stick to. Yeah, I mean, I can, you know, most of the times for me personally, like Thursday, Fridays. Oh, ads. Blech. We don't like ads. But like Thursday, Fridays are always probably best for me. I could do Saturdays. So you just tell me when you get out of them ads. I know you probably can't hear me, but you just tell me. Yeah, he catches that darn Pokemans. My camera looks kind of foggy. All right. Yeah. Gray, if you're back, I was just saying, yeah, we got to get your character written up, and then like I could do Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Like preferably Thursday, Fridays are typically better for me. But Saturdays work as well. I just have to be up a little earlier on Sundays. And I honestly, I could do like I could probably do like I could probably make a month like other days of the week work. Most of the time Wednesdays will not work for me. Mondays or Tuesday nights, honestly, like I could make it work just depending on when it is. But most of the time, like weekly, I would be available Thursdays and Fridays, but I can make like almost any day work. So yeah, I mean, whatever we can figure out, you know. So, but get that character going, and if you have any questions, like let me know, because I know we talked a little bit. So just keep me in the loop with what you're doing, and then I'm writing things down and keeping track of everything that is backstory wise, and then I'm writing up everything. So I've got session 1 is like written and done and ready to go. So I mean, like we are ready for session 1. We just got to get through session 0, and then session 2 depends heavily on what happens in session 1. So I'm kind of planned like a few sessions ahead. So we just got to get rolling, honestly. So it's really exciting. I think the story is I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I've rewritten it like 100 times. So I think I've landed on what I feel like is going to be really fun for everybody, what I think is fun. So I'm excited to see how the characters interact with each other, because we have some very interesting characters this time around and honestly, I don't want to say better backstories, but they almost feel a little deeper, you know, like in Telestia, or rather in The Unbroken. It's like I think we spent a lot of time, or rather I think I skipped over a lot of the details because we were trying to jump into this like active story, and this time the backstories really matter. The story of your past, your present, and your future are gonna make a huge play on how this campaign rolls. So if that's to give you anything and some excitement for what's gonna happen, then there it is. But there's definitely a lot to look forward to. I really wish I could share it with you, but I've shared lots of interesting details in this session 0. I really think some of you will be able to put together what is going on the more session 0s we have, which is kind of the point. So Leaf kind of just jumped in. Yeah, Leaf did. I mean, she jumped in right at that tournament, and you know, we didn't get to learn a whole lot about Leaf's backstory. We got pieces of it as the story went on. Leaf kind of told it here and there, but for the most part, like we didn't get a whole lot of you know, backstory of Leaf. Best news though, my new phone is playing the stream better than ever. I am glad to hear that, Kyle. I know there was a lot of issues before with that. I actually tried to work out stuff on my end too, just to make sure it wasn't like me. So I'm glad to hear that it's working. So I'm really glad to hear that, man. Need to add the sewing kit. You do need to add the sewing kit. So, man, let me know, guys. Let me know. You can, like I said, the video is gonna go up on YouTube, so you can watch it again. I would love for you guys to go and watch it again and analyze it, like it, and share kind of what you think. Once it gets uploaded, probably gonna go up in the next day or two. It could go up tonight. Whenever I have time. I'm gonna try and get it up ASAP. And then just go and let me know, and then join my Discord, and we can talk about it more there as well. I'd love to craft theories and entertain it with you guys a little bit, and you know, I love to entertain the ideas, and I love to jump on your ideas, even if they're wildly not true, or just not or even if they are true, if they're close and you guess it right. I entertain it. Because I think it's fun too, as a dungeon master, to think about like a what if, like kind of like a Marvel's like what if series. You know, maybe we should do that sometime in Tales of Unbroken. What if Crixius won? What if he pulled Leaf through the portal? That could be interesting someday. Yeah, Leaf never did tell everybody her name. She did. She had a ton of secrets. There's a lot of little things. There was like, honestly, we could have developed an entire story that went around Leaf, because she did have a lot. She had a lot of really kind of fun backstory stuff. She had a lot of interesting, like, we could have just built a whole like side quest on Leaf, and that's actually something that I think could happen more in this campaign. Is side quests will be a little bit more prevalent. Main quests will be a little bit more like, not optional, but you know, you don't have to be following it 24/7 until you get closer to the end. Of course, that's how it goes. But everybody's gonna have quests that they're gonna get to choose to go and do, and side quests and personal quests. Some will come up, some won't. Some will depend on the player. Some will come up naturally. So I had an S10 potato phone. It was always likely my connection. Well, just in case it wasn't, I wanted to make sure things were good on my end, because when you stream to Twitch and YouTube, like, you just never know. You just don't know, like, if one connection, because it's like, I've had times where my connection looks great, everything's working, and then like I don't, it just sometimes it doesn't work like you think it does. So I go hard in the paint when I make characters. Hey, I love that. I love that. I want you to go hard in the paint. I want to expand on those things. So when you have an interesting character, it gives me more meat to do more stuff with, you know. I get to create more backstory. I get to almost give you more to enjoy as a character and as a player, you know. So I think that's also a big part of it. I guess it also blends into the party too. I mean, people like to do, at least I think, like, I would enjoy going and dealing with another character's problem, to learn more about this character, you know. We're all kind of joining in this game. We're all kind of meeting each other for the first time is kind of what it sounds like. So yeah, Dia having to go confront her father. Hey, you know, there might be holes in our backstory, but you know, that's okay. Like, we can fill those holes. We have plenty of time. And and even if, you know, even if there are, we don't have to have everything mapped out 100%. The beauty of this is that we get to kind of mold it and evolve it as we move on. And so as long as it's, you know, makes sense, like that's fine. Holes are actually sometimes, in a storytelling aspect, it's a good thing, because it leaves questions that you know, people want to answer, and we get to expand on those. So yo, what's up, Law Doggin? When is the next stream? That's a great question. We're not on a schedule yet, so we just finished Talk Boys. We just finished Talk Boys Session 0, which was awesome. So if you missed that, it's okay. You can go to the start of the stream, or it'll be up on YouTube soon, and you'll be able to watch just the segment where we do Talk Boy's character and kind of what happens to him, to his character. So, but right now we don't know for sure. We're gonna try and nail him out soon, though, so just be looking for the notification. And we've got 2 for sure other characters to get through their session zeros, and then potentially 1 other character after that. So potentially 3. I say potentially a lot, but I don't know what else to say. So 3 possible other characters, 2 for sure, 1's a maybe, and then yeah, we'll see what happens. And then we'll dive into, hopefully, a schedule of either once every other week, maybe, or once a month. Whatever really works, we will get that schedule out, and we'll start doing that. Hopefully, we're kind of thinking like maybe a Thursday, maybe a Friday, maybe a, you know, Saturday, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I need to start making more TikToks. But okay, guys, we're gonna call it there for tonight's stream. Thank you guys for coming out and watching Corsair Session 0. Like I said, I think this might work. We're gonna find out really quick, aren't we? Yes, perfect, it works. I think if you're watching on Twitch, my Discord link just popped up. So go and join the Discord. Let's talk about this in the Discord. Let me know what you think, and you'll get that notification too when that goes live. So great, let's play Arc Raiders sometime. I just got it last week, and I love it, man. Let's play sometime. Guys, thank you so much for coming out and being a part of the stream. Let's hey, Gray Amorphous is next. He is next. He's gonna do his character next, and he's got a good one. So all right, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming.
You